Hold on 1 second. I have a gift for you. saranghaeyo. 안녕하세요. I'm Caitlin and welcome to the Fluent 3-month YouTube channel. And today we're going to be learning about just that. Learning how to say I love you in Korean. Let's get right to it. If you have watched Korean dramas at all, then you probably know what I love you is in Korean, or at least the casual way, because if you look up I love you in a Korean translator, it will say it's saranghae. Love in Korean is sarang, and hae comes from hada, the verb which means to do. So it literally means to do love or to give love. Now, saranghae is the casual way to say it, and that's what you would normally say to someone like your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or even close friends, because you can say it to close friends in Korea. However, there are a few more ways you can express your love and affection in Korean. So first, let's look at the formal way to say it. saranghaeyo, saranghaeyo, saranghaeyo. saranghaeyo is the more formal, standard way to say I love you in Korean. This might be acceptable when you are saying it for the first time to someone, or especially if you're confessing your feelings to someone that you don't actually know super well yet. But what about if you're not quite ready to tell someone that you love them? Then what would you say? Well, then you would say jowahaeyo, jowahaeyo, jowahaeyo. jowahaeyo is I like or I like you. jowahaeyo is the verb that means to like. So, and this is in its standard polite form. You can use this verb for all kinds of things, but you can also use it to tell someone that you like them. Of course, in Korean, we don't always need the subject on a sentence, so it is totally acceptable to say jowahaeyo as long as it's understood that you're telling the person in front of you that you like them. Of course, just like with saranghaeyo, you can also shorten it by taking off the yo. So like saranghae, it becomes jowahae. Nado saranghae. Nado saranghae means I love you too. So by adding on nado at the beginning, then you are saying I love you too. Nado saranghae. Bogo sipeoyo. Bogo sipeoyo means I miss you in Korean. Again, adding the yo at the end makes it slightly more formal, but you can still use this with pretty much anyone to tell them that you're missing them. If you want to make it more casual, then you can just say bogo sipo. saranghae pajing. So to say that you are in love in Korean, then you can say saranghae pajing. 정말 좋아해요 or 정말 사랑해요. If you want to put a little bit extra emphasis on it, you can also add really to either jowahaeyo or saranghaeyo. To add really, you can say 정말, 정말 좋아해요 or 정말 사랑해요. Now, of course, in Korean, it's all about being cute, so you need to know a few cute and romantic names to call the person that you're in love with. For instance, if you wanted to say my love, you could say 내 사랑. 내 being my, 사랑 meaning love. If you wanted to call them honey, whether you're a man or a woman, you can say 여보. Now, you'll also hear some women use the term 오빠. Oppa actually means older brother, but sometimes women who are younger than their significant other will also call their husband or boyfriend oppa, and it basically means honey. For babe in Korean, you would say 자기. Now, when referring to your boyfriend and girlfriend, you'll need to know those terms too. For boyfriend, it's 남친, and for girlfriend, it's 여친. As for husband and wife, husband is 남편, and wife is 아내. Of course, I cannot wrap up this video without telling you about the gesture I did at the beginning. In case you didn't know, it is popular now to do this in Korean, along with saying saranghae or saranghaeyo. On its own, it represents a heart, and it is meant to say, I love you. So now that you know some of the terms and cute names that you can say to your loved one, why not go tell them you love them in Korean? Take a note from Yoon-se-ri as I did and pull that heart out of your pocket and surprise your loved one with a saranghaeyo. Until next time, 안녕히 가세요. Want to know the best way to learn Korean? Well, then you need to check out 90 Day Korean. 90 Day Korean is my favorite resource for learning Korean and the way that I learned Korean when I was getting started. It is the best, most complete resource for learning Korean that you'll ever find. They have purposely broken it down into easy lessons for beginners so that you can really start learning and speaking the language from day one. There's a link in the description box below for 90 Day Korean, and I highly recommend you check it out so that way you can start speaking Korean today.